This weekend, over 50 young experts, practitioners, civil society leaders, and other actors involved in political activism, human rights, arts, media, and technology have all met here at Utøya. The Young Expert Seminar on Freedom of Expression at Utøya have gathered prominent young experts from all over the world who are utilizing their right to freedom of expression, their right to influence matters locally, nationally, and globally. They are the young champions of freedom of speech.
Wexfo Youth Utøya is important because in the world today, we have so many attacks against freedom of expression, against democracy, against human rights, against peace. And this and the leaders I've met here today stand up against all of that. But this is us saying that we don't want to be silenced anymore. Acts of hatred, acts of terrorism, acts of oppression have no place in society. And here, we're remembering that, we're living it, and we're using that to fuel us forward.
I certainly had no idea that it was so insanely beautiful. The immense natural beauty, and then the tragic but also deeply inspiring history of this place. And I found that immensely powerful, and I also found it created a different type of conversation, a different type of interaction with other participants than would have been possible in a hotel conference room or something.
Introduction between these young people is so important because they are in different positions, they have different ideas. It's so important that they can discuss together and they can decide how they can present these solutions, problems, and everything that they discuss in these events. They present maybe to the United Nations, maybe to the media, and maybe to the international organizations.
If youth don't get involved in the future, I fear that a lot of the problems we have today will really get exacerbated. We young people form the biggest population of human beings on the planet currently, and if we don't stand up for ourselves, who will? I work in peace building and education, and I believe empowering young people doesn't just make the world a better place, but actually gives each of us the chance to utilize all our skills, all our ideas, all our dreams, and to have a good life and be happy. And in the end, that's what we all want, no?
I think we're living in a time right now that is extremely pivotal, in which there are decisions that will be made over the next few years that will impact the next few hundred years of human history as a consequence of the power and importance of the technologies that we have developed as a species. I think if you want a say not just in how you're going to live, but how your children and your grandchildren and your grandchildren's children are going to live, you have a limited time to act. I don't think there is a lot of space for not being part of the fight in the conversation.
Big tech companies is the biggest threat to freedom of expression today. Their lack of social responsibility to protect the young freedom fighters is very scary.
The most powerful technologies of our age, AI, computing, are being harnessed by authoritarian states to make better authoritarianism that is more powerful and that is harder to escape or compete with or rebel against.
I think the biggest threat to freedom of expression today is apathy. If we disregard the connection, the natural connection we have to human beings, that's when all of this freedom of expression ceases to be. And in connection with that, I want to say that if we want to foster freedom of expression anywhere we are, with youth or with others, we need to go back to our values. We need to go back to empathy, to humility, to knowing that you're not the best person in the room, to knowing that you're never always right, to knowing that there are other answers out there that you don't have. And all of these values, hopefully, will bring us to a place where each of us not only have the freedom to express ourselves, but use that freedom wisely.